And now I'm back to our hard-working volunteers. There is Khalifa with me. Good morning, Khalifa.
Good morning. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
I'm very good, thank you.
How does it go so far?
Yeah, it's been great. We had a lot of feedback, very positive feedback. So it's quite entertaining, and that's the reason why I wanted to do this workshop. So I'm quite happy. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit of your work?
Yes. Basically, I've learned how to sew, from recycled material, and this is what I've done at the moment.
Yeah, and what is it actually?
Well, it's just anything. You start by sewing around this piece of wood, and then after you can sew this against a piece of material, tissue, whatever. You can, as an ornament for the table or a chair or anything like that, just make it useful, basically.
And well, I would love to ask you about the iCulture puzzle project. What have you learned through this project?
Well, first of all, I'm very grateful to have taken part, because before this workshop, I had a view of fashion. So if I want to buy clothes, I go to the shop and that's it. Now, because until yesterday I never used a sewing machine, so just to make a simple line, like I was trying to do with this piece of material, it took me ages. So now I realize that all the clothes that we're wearing, simple jean or anything like that, t-shirt, it takes ages to do it. And so I've learned that to respect more people who make fabrics, who make clothes, and I've learned it's a bit of personal development in a sense.
So now you see craft as a kind of art.
Oh yeah, definitely. Before, I would say, when I was thinking about art, it was more like going to the museum, looking at furniture or magazine. But it's all the stuff that is done from over the years. 100,000 years ago, people make shoes, make clothes. So that's kind of craft that is undervalued, but this is real craft. That's what I believe, yeah.
I would love to ask you also about the research, because as far as I know, as a part of this project, you've been also doing a research. Can you say something, can you tell us something about your research? What have you learned for this research?
Well, like I said earlier, it's all about art, but we don't talk so much about crafts, and people tend to differentiate, but they're a bit similar in the sense that an artist is a craftsman, and for instance, a photographer, anybody that works in art will inspire themselves from the work of the craftsman. So I would say that craft art is similar, but the craft is a bit more like, how can I say? It's something that is not given much credit. That's what I've learned in this workshop.
And well, there are plenty of people around, but do you think that people really know the value of craft? Today we can buy a t-shirt or bags or anything else for as little as £2 or £3. Do you think that people know the value of craft, of the amount of work which we need to create something?
No, I'm afraid I think that people don't really realize, because nowadays it's more to do with popular culture, mass production, so people will go with what is fashion, but we don't realize that there's a lot of outsourcing, the business going and producing in China or some other country, and we wear clothes from other, main high street, but I don't want to mention names, but we don't give value because we can have it cheap. And there's a lot, so we wash it, it doesn't last, it's not, whether it's good or bad quality, we don't care for some. So we go and buy another one, and that's it, that's what it is. But craft is very special because you give your time, it's about love, what you're doing, you put your effort, care, love, so I think it should be given more voice.
Khalifa, thank you very much for your lovely interview, and I'm going to talk to some of your colleagues later on. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And alongside our volunteers, there is also a craftsman, Alva Wilson, who's demonstrating the skills of millinery. But before I talk to Alva, let me remind you that during our sewing session, we also carrying out the street poll, asking people which craft they believe should be revived in modern culture. The results of this survey will be announced tomorrow. Those people who are watching us online can also vote on the internet.